you went to Bali, Java,
Yeah.
Singapore. What were your impressions?
It was the Bangkok concert in Thailand, which was the very last one that we did there, was absolutely extraordinary because it was on the King's birthday. And so we were singing Happy Birthday to the King. It was the most incredible thing. And the one thing I remember more than anything else about it, other than Thailand itself, which I adore, I love travelling down to the coast and through the north, through the jungles there, it's beautiful. But going to the gig, the car broke down, so we ended up hitchhiking to the show.
Yeah?
And we got a taxi ride, and the police wouldn't let me in because they didn't think I couldn't get in.
True.
It took me about a quarter of an hour to get into the show because I had no ticket. Really, the crowning glory, I guess, to their career, which you have to call it that, a career, don't you? Is this piece of marketing extravagance. Rattle's #1. Inevitable, especially these days of rock being a career choice and all that, you know, which it's become really for most folk, I think. This kind of selling out is expected. All the old favourites, stick them all together, sell more albums than any other album has ever sold. I mean, you see, it's just not about that. It's not about #1s, or #2s, or #3s.
#4.
It's about #4s, which of course is my next album.
#4?
Yeah, #4.
Very nice. Because they had #9, didn't they, for a little while? That was their number.
They slipped out #9 in between #16 and #32, I think, if I'm not wrong. But I mean, they were just trial runs, weren't they? It took them a long time to get this right, #1, which I think is, I mean, they were heading for that. They were heading, from the moment they conceived of #37 and started working backwards, I think they were heading for #1. But I got #4 before they had a chance, you see.
I think #37 was an address. I think it was #37 Edith Grove. But that's what I was going to say 14 times. I wish I hadn't. I wish I hadn't.
Is that first one for years that I can remember where something has been actually banned. Now, you did this film clip for it. We just had Duran Duran on the show last week. We were talking to them about their clips. They said their clips are sort of semi-porn. You have been declared total porn or something. They've just taken a clip. What was it, China girl? You've been laying around on the beach with some...
There wasn't a bomb or a knife in it. There was nothing pornographic about it.
No bums? No nothing?
No knife.
Not even a nipple or anything?
No guns. Oh, yeah, but nothing pornographic.
Oh, right.
Well, a lot of people don't know you studied as a mime when you were starting.
I'm afraid I did, yeah, it's vulgar. I couldn't get into clown school.
You couldn't get into
clown school, so I ended up with mime. It was there were so many more vacancies, so meme school.
How does mime help your acting?
That's it.
That's it. Well,
I just did it. That's my full repertoire.
Okay, and you do it well.
I think you've got to dwell on this day and what are things like for you, your family, your friends, and sort of in a ripple thing.
Day at a time. One day at a time. We're back to country western,
right
Dave.
back to that. One day at a time.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
So do you know what you're doing in the summer?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's not one day at a time then, is it? You've got it mapped out. Are you?
You're talking about your daughter. Do you sing lullabies?
Yeah, I sing, well, more nursery rhymes.
Nursery rhymes?
Yeah.
Do you do it in that David Bowie style, or?
No, but I could do, couldn't I?
It's cool if you went into a room at night with a microphone and you were just doing...
Hickory dickory dock. Do I see this one through?
Yeah.
The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1. The mouse ran down. Hickory dickory. She looks at me and goes, moo!
Yeah, I'll tell you what, The success that you've had during your career, it doesn't astound me at all, considering you share a birthday with Elvis Presley. It was almost inevitable that you would be a huge success in the music industry, wasn't it?
Yeah, all right. What happens if you share a birthday with Kylie Minogue, then?
If you share a birthday with Kylie Minogue, I think it means you look fantastic in lingerie.
It means you got a good arse, right?
Exactly right. Well,
400 bands I was in before I actually started a solo career.
300 or 400 bands?
I had 300 or 400 bands, none of which I can remember.
Nice.
It's a record. And I used to actually enjoy that process, but somehow or other I've got, you know, on my own. But
so when did you start to be a solo artist? When did you stop being one of the band? When was that moment?
When I found makeup.
When you found makeup?
Yeah, I think that probably, yeah, I couldn't stop it.
You just loved it?
I just got into it.
And in those times, how did you go about...
I devised characters, that's really
what I was going to just ask you about. That's really weird.
Yeah, I read your notes.
Yeah.
I can see. The accident that I had, actually, yeah, it's amazing.
Paul McCartney was actually telling me about that. He met the bloke who did that to you, and that's his big boast.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's right, he did. Yeah, because my mate is a painter, and I think that he did a commission for Paul or something like that. Yeah.
He says, you know David's eyes?
Yeah.
I've done that. And it's obviously really dines out on them.
Now his wife cooks me dinner.
Yeah.
What about that sort of androgynous appeal that you developed? I mean, where did that come from? That sort of feminine side of you?
Oh, that's just me being camp, really.
But when did you first start being camp?
When I put those clothes on, funnily enough. Amazing what it does to you when you drag up for the first time, isn't it, Tom?
It can be a lucrative career, for a while anyway.
No, I tell you what was even funnier, though, was getting my band to put the clothes on. Because my band were all from Yorkshire. I've got to tell you, my father was from Yorkshire.
From Tadcaster, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, somewhere between Tadcaster, Doncaster and York. So he's from there, and my mother's family were from Lancashire. So when I hear somebody, I'm nearly there, you know. I want to be, I've supped some stuff to eat. I can't help it. It's, so I'm trying desperately not to get into a Yorkshire accent. It's really hard.
They do it very well.
You sound like my dad, you see. It's really off-putting. I won't look at you.
All right.
I will, actually, because he was a good man. So these guys all came from Hull, you know, we're going to play a rock and roll band, they like the songs and all that. And I said, yeah, it's great. So, do you want to see what we're going to wear? Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Not way. Not bloody right, I'm not putting that on. I said, no, believe me, you look great. It'll really suit you. Yeah, right. And so I don't know how I did it, but I managed to talk them into doing it. And a couple of nights later, we'd done a couple of shows, and all these girls were all over them. And suddenly the dressing room procedure was really different. It's right. Who's got the blush? Hey, Trevor, have you finished with that mascara? It was a phenomenal thing. Amazing. A little bit of eyeliner. Quite Danish, this, isn't it?
Well, the furniture. Let me start with the big question, David. You are a lovely-looking slim man, if you don't mind me saying so. And let's face it, you're getting on a bit, and you're looking fantastic for your age.
I used to say things like that to my mother.
This is not America?
This is not America. Giorgio Moroder is a very good producer, but he pipped me to doing the soundtrack for Metropolis. That annoyed me terrifically. We were doing that song in the studio, and he wrote the music, I wrote the lyrics. And he said, you know, David, Brian Eno and I had been working on the idea for doing music for Metropolis for quite a long time. You know, the old silent movie by Fritz Lang? Yeah. And he said, I saw this wonderful film in New York a few weeks ago, Napoleon, you know, but Coppola, his father, did the music for it. Silent movie, fantastic. I said, yeah, I saw that. He said, well, I found an old film, I'm going to do one. I said, what do you mean you found an old film? It's this old German film. He said, it's great, it's called Metropolis. He said, you've got to go see it. What do you mean you're doing it? He said, I bought it, I'm doing the music, I've got Queen playing in on it and everything. I said, oh, you've got Queen playing on Metropolis? And all my music, it was, because I'd loved that film ever since art school. Had so much to do with my stage lighting in like '76 with Station to Station and all that. And I couldn't believe, oh well, that was that song anyway, so I remember that.
This is the very shop where Picasso, Picabia, El Greco et al. usually buy all their Right, you thought they were dead, didn't you? No, 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 no. They're still painting, and here's the proof. It's like those paints, you see? So it says. Delphin. It's multi-alquidico. That means basically paint for alcoholics. And here goes one of the painters of Madrid who's badly in need of a quick pint of emotion.
You have the coolest hair in rock and roll.
Thank you very
I have
much.
to say that right now. Does he not? Doesn't he have the...
He doesn't think so, the guy there.
There's one guy in there? No, he thinks he can do a little better.
It's because he has no hair.
David, I experimented before the show. You have awakened in me dormant creativity.
Oh, blimey.
Okay, before the show I thought, okay, you do the cut-up lyrics, I'm going to do some cut-up questions for you. and I wrote some ideas down, and I cut them up, and I've pasted them together, and I still don't know how you did it, but look, here's one. When Ziggy guitar teeth crotch, enjoying.
That's Japanese. That's
No, that makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah,
Better than some of your black
Japanese
songs, mate.
makes sense.
Here we go.
Japanese makes sense.
You'll like this one.
Oh, yeah.
Nietzsche, preacher, creature, teacher.
That is not a cut-up.
It was!
You are lying.
I helped it a bit. You don't have to be random, do you?
No, you don't.
Fat old Ziggy.
I like that. I want that one.
Here's one you'll like. Brian Eno, makeup, Arthur Lowe, Spider-Man. That could be a mini-series.
These are wonderful. No, these are wonderful.
Here's a good one. This is a genuine one.
Yeah.
Primitive Jagger, chimpanzee penis. David Bowie is...
David, you know, you're a puzzle to a lot of people, and we touched on it a little bit over there. Because there are a lot of David Bowies.
Yeah.
There's really only one. No. You know,
Here tonight, yes.
Very, yeah. Well, there are a lot of shadows.
You do know that the England you left 2 years ago is not the England you're going to come back to.
Yeah, well, this Thursday is nothing like last Thursday, but it's just as important. I'd miss it if it wasn't after Wednesday.
Right.
A lot of these, some of the karate-trained guys that were working on the film, there was an overpowering charisma and violence about them. Not on the, I mean, off the set. And one always felt very tentative about getting too close to them or talking to them, or at least talking to them about anything that might be considered intimate. Because you, I know they're not very straight, but they're the only ones I've got. And it's sort of, you know, one always felt very wary.
Yeah.
You had your wedding anniversary last week.
Yeah, that's right, 10 years.
10 years, good for you.
Thank you.
Tell me, what did you give each other gifts?
Yes, she gave me the most extraordinary thing. She gave me a 1957 original Little Richard stage jacket, which is, I mean, he was my idol. It means a lot to me, because when I was a kid, I saw him and his band, and I wanted to play the saxophone, just because of the Little Richard band. And to get something like that. But you know what? Why was he called Little Richard? This jacket is huge. I mean, I thought I was going to wear it on the show tonight, you know, and she told me, and then it arrived, and it's like, I could make like 2 jackets out of it. It's enormous, and he must have had like a big torso and little legs, or it belonged to Big Richard.
Maybe you got the wrong jacket.
I got the wrong, yes.
There's someone out there, this belonged to Little Richard. Oh, $600,000, please. What did you get for Iman, your wife?
I got a subscription to a very good yachting magazine.
That's a better way to go than the actual yacht. Like.
Yeah. Oh, and some jewels.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But I love the subscription to... Oh, you got her a subscription to a jewelry magazine.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
You're like, you can't have any of this. I just want to show you.
But it was brought by a yacht.
Well, you were hoping, keeping with tradition, you'll be the first international music artist with his own adult internet site.
I think I might have been pipped to that, mate. Doggy, Snoop Dogg. I think he beat me some time ago. Have you not seen his sites?
Oh, I haven't, actually. I think I'm missing out on something there.
Now, there's an investigative piece of journalism for your program. Am I going to marry again? No, it's not in my mind to marry. Thank you for asking me, madam. Hello. Never Let Me Down. The title of the album is Never Let Me Down. Is that because I'm afraid of people letting me down? No, the title song is written for a very close friend of mine, and it was just... It's a reciprocal song. If you finish the lyric, it also says, I'll never let you down. So it was a song of loyalty and of love for somebody. And because it's a fairly intimate statement, I thought that would be a good overall statement for the album in general. I'm sorry? It's a song for... who's it for? The song is for Coco Schwab, who's been my personal assistant for nearly 15 years. Sorry? Are you the marriage girl? Am I going to marry her? It's not a romantic relationship. She's been my best friend for 15 years. I have another girlfriend. Who's that? I'm not telling you. I'm going to take a call. I'm moved by my last song. I'm so moved, I'm going to ask you your name, sir, madam. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Guy. How you doing?
Hello?
Hiya.
Hi, David.
Yeah, I know this voice. Go on, keep talking, will you?
Hello?
Hello, you sound incredibly tall, am I right? Are you a tall person?
Unfortunately, I can't hear you very well.
You're a tall person with really long hair, yeah?
I'm a tall person with really long hair.
It's
I weigh
Moby.
about 300 pounds.
Yeah, it's Moby, isn't it?
One of the sexiest men on the face of the earth. Hung like a donkey. That's me.
Old hung like a donkey. Hi, Moby, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm doing a K-Rock radio concert here in Los Angeles. Yeah, I know, it's glamorous, isn't it?
It is, it's very glamorous.
Yeah.
Everything you do is glamorous. I mean, I'm just bedazzled by your entire life.
Sitting in a production office.
You're sitting in a production office. What, counting the receipts?
Yeah.
Looking for receipts, which is what I generally end up with.
So I called in with a specific request.
No, I just want you to ask a song or something.
Yeah.
You worry me when you say you've got a specific request.
Okay,
what,
specific musical request.
clean Iceland or
So
something.
I haven't been home in a couple of months. How's the neighborhood?
Clean your apartment, right?
What's that?
You want me to clean your apartment?
Yeah, I'll be home tomorrow, so if you could just sort of tidy up a little bit before I get home.
I'll get in there after I finish this lot.
Okay.
Okay.
There might be a few dirty dishes in the sink, so...
Oh, don't worry, I've got a big
either
mop.
leave them for me or take care of it.
I've got it.
Don't knock yourself out.
What's the song?
I was going to request, if it's all right with you, Sound and Vision. And how did it go at the Roseland the other night?
It was absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
we
David
had a ball.
said it was amazing.
Hi, I'm looking forward to... Are you seriously coming back next day, so?
I'm coming back tomorrow.
Okay, all right, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so you can play the song?
Yeah, God bless.
Oh, thanks. So I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for calling, man.
Okay, bye.
I tell you what the funniest thing about the film, I thought. There's one particular... So the thing that I bring back with me from the war is a pig. It's the only thing that... Do you think I might have one of my cigarettes?
Surely.
A couple of things about this pig, actually. It was called... Well, I called it Blossom, because it kept shitting on me. I mean, I was covered in... Because I had to carry it for about 4 weeks. And it really smelt to high heaven. But of course, the whole thing was supposed to take place in a period of 2 or 3 days, but it took a few weeks to shoot. And we kept coming back to the pig every month or two because of a couple of scenes that we'd left out, or a couple of scenes that David had to do. And the pig, of course, had progressively got bigger and bigger over the week. So I start off at, say, 10 a.m. in the morning with this tiny little piglet that I can almost hold in one arm. And by the end of the day, I was sort of struggling with this great sow. This is sort of very Alice in Wonderland.